Hello, guys, and welcome back. You are watching the AcadArena University Alliance Cup Valorant powered by Globe and Twitch Student. 12 Alliance campus teams, one coveted slot to represent the Philippines in the PvP Esports Campus Championships this December. It's time for another set of cast and duo here and now, and my name is Dax.
I'm Nausicaa.
And here we are, Nausicaa. It is high time to get, well, into probably a pretty hype matchup here and now. Because the last time I've seen, well, this 1-3 team, well, that one was a win against a perfect record. And lo and behold, it's another perfect record in front of him. Who's fighting here, Nausicaa?
It's going to be University of the Philippines Ablation Esports. Of course, they're going to be going up against Mapua's MGS Spades, who, like you said, they're running 3-0 score here. And if anything, Ablation Esports could really make a name for themselves, as that record breaker or the one who really shuts down the winning streak for our teams.
Oh my god, that would be actually so clutch from them. Ablation Esports, a very, very renowned name in and around the collegiate scene. You already know this history, absolutely rich. But MGS Spades, my oh my, that 3-0 is looking fine and dandy. And from what we've been talking about, me and Berserk were mentioning how the destiny of these teams are really controlled by who's at the top. And you can see right now, MGS Spades has all the cards on the line. And Ablation Esports, they have the ace in the hole, that one win that can suddenly whip out. But of course, it is still at the mercy of everyone else in their whole group stage to actually see if they can move on. So let's check out the standings yet again, just so we can actually, showcase it to our audience, because there you go. We're looking at Group B right now, and MGS Spades at the 3-0, but Ablation Esports at the 1-3. There is still a mathematical chance for them to make it to that third slot, but that of course means that Viridis Arcos has to lose their next two games. So it's a far cry, sure, but we've seen Golden Eagles take that chance, and maybe Ablation Esports will still have it in them to try and do it. Valley Archangels, though, pretty secure with that 3-1. And on the other side, we have, well, the update Teletigers with the 1-4, Gearhawk Esports 1-3, Mustang Warriors wrapping up at 2-3, and then up on top, you got 3-0 for Itamaras, Malign Warlocks at 3-1, and LG Esports at 2-1. So overall, this day has been an absolute doozy in the standings, hasn't it?
Definitely. We were just looking at how, our previous teams from this match, which were USD Teletigers and Gearhawk Esports, they both secured their first win, from, their, pretty much this whole tournament. And that we really thought maybe the Teletigers could secure themselves that third seed. Of course, only 3 teams can proceed to the playoffs. So that is the way things are for this format. But of course, with the way things are looking for this group at least, Ablation Esports, like you said, definitely still have the hopes of going for maybe that 3-way tie with the other teams in the group.
Yeah, it'd be pretty interesting. But don't forget, guys, to support your teams in the chat rally. I think it's one of the best things that we do here at AcadArena. And hey, you are going to be checking out the Virtual Hangouts chat rally. Globe Prepaid Virtual Hangouts will be dropping 750 VAL points for a fan. Just type in hashtag Globe Prepaid Virtual Hangouts and your team of choice. So this time it's hashtag UP win or hashtag UPD win versus size of hashtag MU win for this game. Make sure to have both hashtags up and running for round 1 eds. We'll be picking a winner from the winning team. So here we are, Nausicaa. It's time to get into our map. Ascent is the place to be. And hey, we are seeing the upgrades yet again. The snazzy agent selection screen.
Yes, indeed. I'm hating these teases onto Viper, hovering over the Viper pick, because we know we hardly ever see that agent in our games. I really wish I could see one, but, unfortunately for those who do follow the meta, things haven't been looking so hot for Viper, as well as a couple of our Sentinels recently. But we will see what agents our players are going to be locking in here. Definitely, Omen has been a staple for pretty much this entire tournament. Surprisingly, we haven't been seeing a lot of Breach. Of course, we won't be seeing Sky because she hasn't been enabled yet for a lot of the pro tournaments. But definitely seeing a lot of Omen, a lot of Reyna. Cypher also has still been a staple despite a couple of the nerfs that have come through recently.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just going to quick update, guys. MGS win for MGS Spades and hashtag UPD win for Ablation Esports. Sorry, first time, but hey, I'm just looking to cheer either for Mapua University or UP Diliman to actually take this game. But this is going to be really a battle of David and Goliath, isn't it, Nausicaa? You have the team that knows how to slay those Titans, but then on the other side, you have a very Titanic approach there from the side of MGS Spades. Ascent, though, is the place to be, and we'll find out who's grounded as we get into this game.
Definitely, it's gonna be an intense match here. Of course, Ablation Esports, the whole of UP, I think, is very familiar with this kind of situation, whether it be especially in basketball, just being behind on the score but pushing through anyway despite the odds. So there's definitely a familiar place, and hopefully we get to see a really intense match here between UPD's Ablation Esports and Mapua's MGS Spades.
It's time to see who can actually climb the charts here. Can Ablation Esports make it to a 2-3 standing and really go for that hopeful run after beating against the best teams? But you got MGS Spades. These guys are really at the top of the ladder for a good reason. And with a 3-0 standing, you can already tell why. Ablation Esports, though, they are going to be running that Cypher Sova with the Omen. Of course, that is going to be the Reyna and the Jet really bringing in the speed. In the meantime, on the other side, it's a mirror matchup. So it really feels like that here in the AcadArena scene, we are getting a very standard composition for our teams. And they're looking comfortable with this double intel, double duelist, one smoke, as Pixel gets a pixel perfect shot there on Ghost already.
Such an aggressive push there from the defense, and that's going to be the file actually on the Reyna there, pushing through B main. Now it's going to be 2 people down from MGS Spades. We'll see what the approach is here as we get a couple of shots here off on A3. Pixel going to be dashing out. Let's see what the MGS Spades do decide to go for.
Yeah, MGS Spades looking for that cubby control, and for now, it's gonna be File here looking all around, and Pixel will actually get the shot instead. This does not expose the Reyna, but hey, now it's gonna get scotted out there by Ziranair. But Pixel and Bobai will wrap it up, and Ablation Esports, they are looking to start things off strong, and I've seen this kind of scenario before. I've seen it.
Yes, we've definitely seen this before. Ablation Esports, clean defense there. We saw a pretty aggressive defense, but nevertheless, it did work out for them in the end. Like you were saying, it's the double Sentinel, double Duelist. And when you see players like Pixel and File just on fire, you can expect them to be that way throughout the rest of the match. These two have really been showing up, in their recent matches, and we love to see it from Ablation Esports. But of course, can't count the Spades up just yet. They are 3-0 for a reason.
And there we go. That is why MGS Spades is looking to dominate this group. But for the time being, Ablation Esports, they will have that gun advantage. Aggression right now from the Reyna, but TG is going to tease Fael there. And goodbye to that duelist already.
All right, that's 1 down there on the defense. This could be the Spades' chance to even things out. Pixel going for the wide peak there, and he is going to be taken out there by the Sova. Now it's going to be 3 left on the defense. Machu trying to keep this alive. He takes down 2 with that Spectre. And now it's the Omen. Drops the bomb. There's only 1 left
Machu
on the side of the Spades. 4K for Machu. And that is going to be Machu being taken down there. Yeah. Still some hope here left for the Spades, though.
TG with the deny, but Machu, I gotta appreciate that. That's much appreciated indeed there for the side of Ablation Esports. They're gonna be happy that their Cypher can do that and more. And now the hunt is on Zushi, looking to just cut up the Cypher on the other side. Boba, in the meantime, keeping it in the cubby.
30 seconds
and with
left.
a spike down here and now, I wouldn't be surprised if the Cypher might consider going for the save. I do believe he has a gun right now. He's been able to retrieve it, but he can just go guns blazing for a full buy later on. So TG decides, hey, screw it, I'm gonna go for it. Goes for the counter play, looks around. Cypher Gage right now by Adore, but Bobai will see it coming. An Ablation Esports just looking to hold him high and get the 2-0 lead.
Just when we thought the Spades were gonna make things even, that's Ablation Esports telling them they are definitely gonna make the effort to secure themselves a spot in the playoffs. So let's see if they can keep this up. The Spades, of course, they did have a bit of a lead there, but now looking at the buys, rifles all around here for the Spades, and an upcoming through for Pixel, actually. So while they may be down 2 rifles here, they've got 2 Spectres instead for File and Zushi. Let's see if they can make this setup work.
Yeah, Ablation Esports, they're gonna keep with the guns they have, but Pixel with an operator again. And I'm really liking this distinct collegiate meta we're seeing a lot from these teams. They like to play the similar roster, they like to play the one operator for rifle setup, and hey, it's a bit of a blast from the past, but it is punished from time to time by some really good pushes. And we would expect MGS Spades to do it right now. Can they lay their cards on the line here? Machido with the brawl. Practice right now, 1 HP, the dream is still alive, and seems like the Cypher will survive for now.
Whew, barely surviving there up on rafters. Let's see though what the Spades do decide to go for. We see a lot of them hovering here towards A site. Meanwhile, the Sova is waiting there off at mid. You might see them rotate, but it's going to be a patient push from the Spades. Don't want to give the opposing team too much momentum here, as things have been looking really good for Ablation Esports so far.
Absolutely. I like the patience here from MGS Spades to try to get rid of those utilities, make sure everything is fine and dandy. And in a case like this, MGS Spades, they can make this push happen with one quick tailwind here from Dry. But we'll see right now if this is going to be a Dry push or is this going to be a Lear push here from the Reyna. They're setting it up. They are waiting for the starting gate. And here we go with the explosion. But Pixel decides to get rid of Kumelwan there. And here we go with Dry. Here goes Zero there, also getting those takedowns. MGS Spades with a 4-3 advantage. Spike go planted already here for the MU side also.
Ooh, Spectre kill coming through for File actually there. Onto Ghost, it's a 3v3. Grabs the Phantom here. The beautiful new Ion skin even. And now let's see if the MGS Spades can secure themselves a round win to try and make things even. Recon Bolt coming through here.
There we go. Shots comes and Dry will get taken down. The tile is there on the board again. And Zeroner will get the answer one more time. Now suddenly it is 2v1. MGS Spades looking to deal with the operator. They say you broke the back. It's time to break your face. But Pixel will still get the shot. But Zeroner will do it again. 3 in a row there for the Omen. And MGS Spades, they are top seed for good reason. And they are still in this game with getting that third round turnaround back on the board.
All right, the Spades get their round, but that was by no means an easy round for them. Definitely the Ablation Esports here making things difficult for the attacking team. So let's see if the MGS Spades though can keep it up. You know, like we mentioned earlier on in the round, they were calm, you know, they were composed and were moving together. So it's nice to see that from the team. No need to feel the pressure because they are, you know, the leading team in terms of standing. So they just have to play things clean. Blade Storm, though, actually being activated here for Pixel. We got 2 members waiting over at B. And it seems there's going to be a rotation from MGS Spades coming from Spawn, moving towards B.
Absolutely. And, you know, looking at the guns right now for Ablation, it is a sheriff round. But I gotta say, Ablation Esports, they've impressed many this really late run into the group stage as Ghost will catch out Pixel there. Has been impressing a lot, especially that upset win against the DLSU squad. But hey, it is still a long road to go. They still have to beat MGS Spades if they want a chance into the playoffs. Can they actually break the hearts of the Spades here, or will they get broken hearted instead? As Fael gonna be sticking on the pizza, wants a snack, but here comes the push, and Drive will just get the takedown there. Dushi though, 5 HP, cannot survive. Zeroner will get that takedown, and now the Cypher all alone, and TG will say hello and goodbye to him to tie up the score.
All right, clean take there from the MGS Spades. Of course, Ablation Esports were just looking, you know, to get as much damage down as possible. But looking at the economy now, we're seeing a couple of buys coming through for UPD. Half shield though there on Machu, not able to manage that so well. But of course, that also is the Sova on the Spades with the half shield, so pretty much even actually on both sides.
More or less. Oh, there you go. Finally gonna get the full armor experience. Chameleon will at least get into that one. For now, though, 2 ultimates ready here for Ablation, 3 for MGS. And what we're looking right now will be how the Blade Storm can be a big advantage for the side of Mpua. But hey, Pixel backing on the way. Fael right now, hugging the wall. Cypher Cage is there. He's waiting it out. Does go for the lineup, but TG will just be standing up and saying, Fael, what are you doing there, bro? Easy takedown there for Spades. And then Neural Theft to get that intel.
It could have been a cheesy kill there, actually, crouching by the wall, but he's not able to secure that one. It's going to be a 4v5, and the TP all the way to the back. That is going to be the plant coming through for MGS Spades. 1 kill going over to Ghost as he dismisses and backs off. It's only 2 left now on the defending side. Can they make the clutch here, or will they try and go for the save? Couple of shots. Ghost gets another. Zushi, though, taking out 2. He's trying to go for the retake, but that is gonna go over to the MGS Spades.
A bit of a collat there, but in the end, MGS Spades is still there. And it could have been a clean round, but Ablation Esports is not one to falter in a fight. But now we can see why this team is 3-0, and MGS Spades has really been bringing it all throughout. They focus so heavily into the group stage. They're looking to win it all, and with a record like this, it might be a good chance. But for now, it's still not over. Ablation Esports, this is a team that can just run it back or run it through and surprise you to get you at the very, very edge. 3-2 though, Sheriff round again, and we'll see what Ablation has in store for us this time.
Yeah, see if we can get the one-taps to come through here for Pixel. We have seen that happen a couple of times before. Let's see if we can make it happen again here on this round. Definitely want to tie things up. 2 ultimates on either side for our teams. 2 for the duelists, and of course we've got 1 for the Cypher here on UPD. Couple of Sheriff shots come through. Takes out Chameleon there near A-Tree.
Yeah, that was a pretty good shot. Not the best placement, but hey, you take those, you get the shots, you get the reaction, and it doesn't matter because you are not going to be dead whatsoever. 1 down already for MGS Spades and Ablation Esports. They were actually afraid of at least the refrag there or anyone else watching over the gun. And good to see MGS Spades keeping an eye out on the cubby. They don't want Ablation to get that rifle in the first place, but they do have a distinct disadvantage as they are trying to go on A site with only 3 members on the east side.
Yes, indeed. Let's see what approach the attackers decide to go for here. Rotating over through A main. 3 members actually missing from this if they do hard push onto this site. But they do still have a couple of ultimates on them. Smoke comes through, dashes in. Let's see if they can make this work. Machu hiding here over under the rafters. Gets a couple of shots. Could have gotten the second, but that is going to be 3v3 now.
The one-taps are just not hugging Ablation Esports right now, but hey, at least they've gotten 2 kills so far. Good use there of the incel, and for now, it's gonna be spike planted. But you can see Ghost has been causing a lot of carnage for now. He just said, hey guys, check me out on B side, and hey guys, check me out on the gardens, because that's gonna be Fael going on down already. Ghost though looking to flank from in behind, wants to climb the stairway to heaven, and speaking of that one, he's going to heaven because Sushi will get that kill. 2v2, we got one sticking on A main, one by the generator. Sushi coming closer and closer. Ballby will be coming on through from the door itself, and this might be the side of Ablation deciding to go into a tandem. Army of 2 on both sides. Paranoia perfectly placed. Sushi will get that takedown. There's the smoke. Here comes the defuse. Will it actually make it? There's the shot. Try will get that takedown. 1 HP, and there you go with the defuse. Ablation Esports make it happen with 0.02 and 1 HP. Ballby, you are a madman and you are a genius.
Oh my god. 1 HP and the dream. And they actually make that one work. We see Zushi here pushing up through the smoke to keep him safe. Couple of shots come through actually there from Dre, but it's not enough. He thought he was going to be able to do it, but he doesn't commit to taking him out, and that is going to give the opening there to Ablation Esports.
Oh my god, Dre. I understand why he would dash out. You get enough of those shots, you know they're gonna hit the area you're anticipating, and you're like, okay, no one died, so probably no one is there, right? It makes sense, but the 1% actually happening, 0.02, and MGS Space is like, what? Did we lose? Oh, okay, sure, let's go again. And, you know, a round like that is great to see, but I want to see MGS Spade skipping a beat whatsoever. Now they will be more secure at keep making sure that Spike is actually going to blow up. And for now, it's them looking to push A side again.
Yeah, it definitely has to feel good for Ablation Esports taking that round, and they've actually charged up 3 ultimates here on their side for the defense. So that can definitely help to secure this round and maybe even get themselves ahead against the MGS Spades. Meanwhile, the Spades, we see them pushing up through mid here, possibly through market, but also go through spawn. Shots being fired there, coming from spawn from the Omen, and ultimate activated here from Ablation Esports.
Oh, so dangerous though for TG. We already see the Omen hopping on the round and spawn, trying to get that intel past the gate, but Fael will just catch out Chameleon there. And for now, the market is gonna be, well, the corpse area of that one. But Fael still holding line close his door. Pixel now with the operator again. And MGS Space actually running out of time. Seems like that last round did shake them, and right now they will be stirred, but TG is there to get another kill. Bobai holding the line, and really good positions here from Ablation. MGS Spades has to force something out.
Bit of an awkward position there from the Spades pushing through mid. Actually, Pixel able to push through main. It's only a couple of seconds. They're going to rush through A now and try to get this spike down. 5 seconds to go. Machu trying to make things work. Gets one kill onto TG. behind this generator. They're able to put the plant down. Master though with another kill. Pulls out the pistol. Gets a headshot actually. And they're gonna secure this round. Things looking so good for Ablation Esports.
I said it before and I said it again. Much appreciated indeed. A-Site is where he stays. It is his home. And get off his lawn because Ablation Esports will just make sure that the grass is really greener on their side. Now, MGS Spades, they have actually been shaken and now they have been stirred. They have to figure something out. And it's interesting that they didn't decide to go for the brute force method because it has been something they've really been doing. Zeraner, Dry, able to get those takedowns. TG there as well. And in a case like that hesitation really costing them because Machu just wakes up and gets those kills.
Yes, indeed. Seems we can count on Machu to clutch things out when it matters. We love to see it, and we hope we get to see it throughout this intense match so far. 4-3 on the score, and Ablation Esports actually looking to solidify their title here as the Titan Slayers in this collegiate tournament we're having. So though, aggressive push gets the pick there onto TG with the op, and he's going to be dashing out to safety. Lear comes through though. Let's see if the Spades decide to push onto A side here.
You know, Ablation Esports, this team had a rough start really in the group stage, but right now they're going to get roughed up there by Chameleon onto Pixel. But hey, as you mentioned, Title Slayers, maybe they have that perk that lets them do bonus damage against boss monsters, but not against the regular mobs. But hey, we are still not done. MGS Spades, they are 3-0 for a reason, and I keep mentioning that because they are looking to perform to the finest because there we go with Dry again. File gonna go down, Zushi holding on onto the Garden with the Odin. You don't see this too often, but hey, TP over to B side. MGS Spades just flipping over, going over to B instead.
You know, when all things fail, some teams do like to rely on that Odin, and it works time and time again. Let's see, though, the bomb has been planted here over on B, and it's going to be the retake situation for Ablation Esports. They've got two ultimates on their side, but they're down a man. It's 3v4 right now. Hunter's Fury gonna come through, try to keep himself safe on this bomb. Bye-bye. Trying to shoot through the crates, but doesn't take out the Jet 2. Go down immediately from UPD side there. And it's only Zushi with the Odin taken out, and that is going to tie things up for the MGS Spades.
MGS Spades, they show us a magic. Now you see me, now you don't. Is this your card? Is this your life? And they go over to B site and just do it single-handedly there. What a shutdown. And what a crossfire there from MGS Spades, really proving how far they can go into this set. And those kinds of plays you don't see too often. The secure there from MGS Spades, faking out on A side. They were so happy to go over to A that Ablation Esports actually went along with it, leaving alone B. Dry was just there, and there you go. That was just that for them to take that round.
Yes, indeed. And, you know, these two teams definitely not looking to make things easy for the opposing team. MGS Spades, they want that first seed. They want that clean score as well. But, of course, Ablation Esports, they've got more to lose here. Because if they don't win this match, then they will possibly be giving up their slot for the playoffs. So they've really got to make things work for them this match.
Absolutely. Mathematically eliminated there. Getting that 4 losses on your record is just going to be the death sentence. But hey, you know, the fact that they have a chance is already the good one. And many might have wrote them off because when you look at their, well, match history, right? Technically, you'd say that the easier matchups were first and then the hardest matchups are here at the last part. But they have done it before and they might be able to do it again. 4-4 as we are into a pause already proves that this Ablation Esports roster has just gotten better and better. But the problem right now, and the question really is, are they good enough to beat MGS Spades, who has been basically one of the bars set in the whole tournament so far? This has been amazing to see and great to see that these matches actually mean something, especially our last 2 ones for today. The standings have gotten so messed up here in Onzuka, and it's just been great to see all the live updates.
Yeah, it's been a really intense day. And, you know, like you mentioned, the standings are really where you want to pay attention to. Because if UPD wins this, they actually tie themselves with DLSU for 2 wins. So that puts them, you know, at an interesting spot where they can contest for possibly 2nd or 3rd seed. Meanwhile, of course, in their group, you have HAU and MU, who are both with 3 wins on their standing. So they're also looking to secure that 1st seed for themselves. So, of course, if you guys haven't seen the format for this, we need to get the top 3 seeds from each group, and they will be proceeding to the playoffs. However, if you're the 1st seed, you get to skip the quarterfinals and move straight into the semis and wait there. So obviously, MGS Spades are thinking, we can just skip the effort of competing in the quarters and bring ourselves easily over into the semis. That's the best way to really secure yourselves a favorable spot in this tournament.
Absolutely. As they're throwing guns into the garbage can. I gotta say, though, that's a really good thing. It reminds me of all those basketball formats there. But at the same time, when you don't have to play a day, you basically, one, do not put yourself at risk of elimination. And two, you get the same strats. And you already know that's a big, big deal, especially as we get the further weeks. Of course, we are following more or less how Riot handles. Oh, nice shot. I guess these guys playing basketball now. But yeah, in terms of updates, you might see some Sky in the future. You might even see some Icebox in the future. Of course, we'll be confirming that as we get into the weeks themselves. But hey, it really goes to show that anything can happen, especially during the playoffs. The quarterfinals and semifinals can go crazy, and having that one match by basically moving straight to the semifinals is a good way to go about things. But hey, apparently UPD can win basketball games. Good job, guys. They're doing it here. And what's MGS doing? Are they also playing? Are they? I guess they're getting ready for the next season, aren't they? Here in Ozika.
Yeah, they probably are. I mean, Ablation Esports here. Maybe the basketball team could learn a thing or two from our Valorant team in terms of shooting here, getting those one taps. But hey, yeah, I mean, definitely the pressure here, like we said before, it's on the side of Ablation Esports. Even if MGS Spades were to lose this match, they would still have a pretty good chance, or actually a sure chance of making it to the playoffs because they do have that 3-0 standing. So in their minds, it's great. If we get that first seed, we go straight to the semis. If we lose, it's also fine. We tie up with HAU and we can still compete for that first seed anyway. But for Ablation Esports, they stand to lose going to the quarterfinals at all. So they're definitely hungry to win this match.
Yeah, elimination versus security. Which is more important? Will you fight for your life or will you fight to be stable? What a question really it is. So many instances there, but Fael will be able to get to. That's the instance we're looking for here from Ablation Esports. Good hold here from the gate side. He's looking into the market and says Ablation Esports has closed down B side, good sir.
Yes, indeed. Two ults there also on the side of Ablation Esports. So this should be a pretty safe round for them, assuming they aren't taken out too quickly here. Two members of MGS Spades waiting at B main. And the bomb actually sitting at mid there by Pizza. So this is a bit awkward for them, but they are able to take out File actually, who is guarding B site.
Risky angle there, staying for a little too long. A while ago, good on market, but this time it is going to be Zusi catching out TG instead. 3v2, Ablation Esports have the angle. They know where the spike is, but Chameleon playing to his namesake, sneaky peeky, unseen, unheard, and we'll get the pick off there. But Pixel now with a Blade Storm. That's the first fire, just basically making D ghost into chopped liver. And for now, MGS Spades, so they have time to rotate, but look at who's holding onto A side. That Cypher is a scary man to fight.
Yeah, we see the Silva running for his life right now, but he is going to get spotted out by the spy cam. He's going to try and plant safely here, but he was tagged there. So Machu knows what's going to happen. Will he go for the plant quickly? Pixel with the Blade Storm. No time. Yeah, that is going to be the win going to Ablation Esports.
Ooh, Chameleon though, he gets an exit. But guys, the magic number is 4. If you don't put that spike down before the 4-second marker hits you, or you don't have time, you go for the kill instead. That's just how the cookie crumbles. And Ablation Esports, we saw them get amazing defuse. This time, they actually detained their opponent enough to prevent that spike drop. And well, that's them taking the lead back. What's a turn of events this has been?
Yeah, 5-4 now. And again, Ablation Esports hungry to really get themselves a good lead here on defending side on a set in this match in general. 3 ults, though, on the side of Spades, so this could be their round if they use their utility wisely here. Ablation Esports, they've got 2. Of course, a Neural Theft, and then you got that TP from the Omen. A couple of shots being fired here at mid. That is Dry, gonna take out Fel quite early there. It's gonna be a 4v5 advantage on the Spades.
Way too risky. That double peek there from mid link, just a little too much to handle. And well, good kill there from the side of MG Spades. They are going to be looking for a bit more control in Ablation Esports. They were expecting the rampage of the Reina, but apparently that movie is canceled, and we'll find out what MGS Spades is going to be up to this time. Now, they don't really have an idea of where to go per se. They know they got the Reina, and Bobai going to catch out Chameleon, and now it's even harder. Will they push into the middle to catch out the Omen? Will they decide to go on to B main instead? Apparently it's Dry, sneaky enough to catch out Bobai. Pixel cannot see anything, and MGS Spades getting the man advantage back again as they move over to B site.
Yeah, so things still looking good here for Spades. They've got 2 ults as well. so they can make this work dry, slowly moving up to the site now. We see shots fired. Zushi takes out one. He's looking to one-man show. This actually takes out TG before getting taken down himself, but that is going to turn things into a 2v2 situation.
And it's now time to go for that post-plant 2v2 again. Ablation Esports trying to go from the lane. And let's see if they can go bowling because Ziriner is trying to go for the shots. But Pixel will get two instead. Like his name mentions, he sees a Pixel of you. You are basically dead. What a play here from the Jet. Good teamwork. And Ablation Esports making this a 2-round buffer.
Yeah, 6-4 now on the score. And I think the Spades, might be feeling a little nervous, even though this is just a 2-point lead or a 2-round lead, that still is something to take note of. And the Spades are going to have to, make things work. So far, though, Pixel, pretty consistent performance. And of course, top fragger for the team, 11 kills there on the board. And we'll see if they can keep this up, actually.
I don't want to look into this one though for the side of UPD. Pixel sure 11-6, but Mobai with 3-6 as well. And even though he hasn't been getting those kills, he got that clutch defuse. And the best thing he's been able to do also is stay alive, which means when you're on that Omen, you get more dark covers because they replenish. You get a really well-timed paranoia. And hey, it doesn't matter if you don't get those kills, at least you get that intel. Or sometimes you're like, guys, I was setting up smokes and everyone is dead. Cool, sure, let's go for it. I really gotta ask though that this is gonna be like I'm gonna be bringing this up for the side of Ablation. Can they handle more rounds here? It'd be even better have a bigger buffer to make this an 8-4 because they're the ones starting on the defense, and maybe MGS Spades can really back later on.
That's true. That's always something that has to be taken into account, especially when you count the rounds. It doesn't mean, despite having a lead, the other team can always turn things around, but that's one kill going over to Ablation Esports to quickly turn things into a 4v5. We actually saw the Emperor activated there by File on the Reyna. They've got 3 ults to spare. So things looking good so far. We see the rotation coming through from MGS Spades. Bomb is waiting there actually close to spawn. So not sure yet where they're going to commit for this.
Empress mode. Oh, he gets the replenish at the right time. That was so close to ending, but hey, extra fire rate, extra bullets, good to go. And Fael is back at it again. This guy, Mr. Risky, gonna be wiggling and saying this is an emergency for the side of MGS Spades. Pixel also there, doesn't want to lose this teammate. And Ablation Esports is just running them down. I gotta ask sometimes though, when I see Ablation Esports like this, where was this Ablation at the start of the season? Because who would they expect they'll put up such a good fight against the Titans so far? The Static Spile will do it. Pixel also there. And there you go, Ablation up by 3.
Oh man, Pixel and File have just been on fire throughout this match. At this point, honestly, they're probably just competing for the top fragging spot in their team, but definitely looking good so far in this match. 4 ults, though, charged up on the side of the Spades, so they could possibly use this as an opportunity to secure the attack. But kind of worried here for them right now as they haven't been able to secure a round maybe in the past 3 or 4 rounds already. So lots of momentum going for Ablation Esports here.
Absolutely, Ablation Esports, they don't skip a beat, and you can really see their very objective focus as well. But that time, they showed how potent they could be with the kills, but this time, it's the Hunter Fury into play instead. Seems like it's over to the A site. Chameleon looking around. The blind Hunter's Fury, not the best thing to do at the last round before the sides do swap. But hey, we'll take that. MGS Spades getting a bit of that intel where no one gets hit, and they are going to be pushing onto B main instead.
All right, let's see how this approach is going to work. We've got one member actually waiting there at the back of site here at B. And lots of ults left here for both sides. There's going to be the push smokes come down as they rush. I don't know if they know File is here. Zushi using the ult. File takes one down, and a couple of members go down as well. There's only 2 left here on the attacker side, and Ablation Esports looking to make this a solid 4-round lead. That's File getting 3 kills. And it is going to be 8-4 on the score in favor of Ablation Esports.
Switching
Okay,
sides.
look, I'm just gonna be real here, guys. I try to watch this as much as possible. UAC, I'm a busy boy, and the first match I was able to watch in completion was Ablation versus the LaSalle boys. And the first thing I thought was like, how is this team 0-3 then? And now I'm looking at them, it's like, how is this team 1-3? Where did this team come from? And it really goes to show sometimes you need to just step it up. It's really just how the format goes. And sometimes you get version 1, version 2, Ablation Esports version 2 looking really good. And it'll be a shame to not see them in the playoffs. But hey, they've dug their own hole. And look at MGS Spades on the other side. They're like, okay, we're losing a bit, but we can still do this. Defense is the best place to do this. they have similar lineups, and we have seen MGS Spades win out again and again and again. So I wouldn't be surprised if the MU boys can actually figure something out. But hey, Ablation Esports fans, you gotta just be cheering these guys on right now. MGS Spades fans, you know that the comeback can happen. Let's find out who's gonna win it out on the second half.
All right, let's see the approach here from Ablation Esports. Can they do as well as they did, on the defending side? See a bit of a rotation moving towards a site. A couple of members here, one waiting on the site itself, Dry right there by the corner. Of course, you've got one waiting over at Gardens. No approach just yet, though. Lots of utility to go.
Ablation ready with all the tools. Matchu playing it safe, and I like that. Even though there's no one there, it still means that Ablation Esports is comfy to run and gun their way to the generator. Already streaking it over. There we go with the raid up, but Ghost did not stand a chance whatsoever to ball by Ablation Esports. All set up and ready to go. 5v3, even high ground being taken. And look how secure this is going to be. But Surrender catching out final there. Now it's time for the paranoia. Okay, that's the Cypher in front of him. It's like Surrender's like, can you please move, TG? But here comes TG instead. It's time for him to push on forward. There's the camera, though, with the setup. The paranoia still hits his own teammate, and Pixel will catch out TG instead. The dominoes falling in favor of Ablation. MGS Spades just busting out there, and Ablation Esports will take that round and take tempo on the second half.
So, I guess the answer is yes, Ablation Esports can actually attack as well as they did defend, although unfortunate that the Spades did not do such a clean defense there for this first round on the defense. Let's see, though, if they can make it back. They gotta shake off the jitters here. Again, they don't have as much to lose as Ablation Esports, so they can definitely just take time to calm down, reassess the situation, and make it work.
I can't calm down. I'm still laughing. It's like Zero really tried. He's like, DG, move. Move again.
I want to hear the voice comes in those very seconds.
No, and remember, guys, we do post like the highlights, right, where the voice comes there, and then on the official page you can. I wonder what that is. I'm looking forward to how that all went about. But hey, you already know that this is looking to be Ablation Esports round to win. They have the guns, but TG in a good spot, and surprise, surprise, that's a headshot on the ball by, and TG is doing it again. Apparently, when he can see, he can fight. He gets two, but no, sir, it's still Ablation with the advantage. And on the B side they go.
All right, they're going to go for the plant here onto B. There's two members right now left from MGS Spades, both waiting in market, actually. You see Dry jumping into this cubby. They're going to be going for a similar approach here. Spectre, though, going to get one. Can File finish it off with the classic? Yes, he does. That is going to be the round going to Ablation Esports. Several rounds in a row now, and it's 10-4.
Absolutely. But you gotta give props there to TG. Getting two with a classic is no mean feat, and he at least gets those kills to hurt a little bit more on Ablation Esports economy. But look at that. As you mentioned, win, win, win for Ablation. 6 rounds in a row, including that last half. Tempo, advantage, all in their favor, and they are 3 away from putting another stain on another record. But MGS Spades, this is now or never. 3rd round turnaround. It's time to see what they can do with these rifles.
Yeah, definitely makes you wonder, looking back at the matches that Ablation Esports has played in this tournament, why is it that they can slay the Titans but not push out, that kind of consistent performance throughout the tournament? Should they make it through and onto the quarterfinals, then they're definitely going to have to solve that problem. But right now, it's going to be a trade 1-for-1. It's a 4v4. It's got 1 minute left on the clock.
And good trade there indeed, but here we go with a move on over to the rafters. Zero keeping an eye out, but where is that spike? Oh, where could that spike be? Apparently, the side of Ablation Esports playing to their own campus, going for a picnic there in the middle of the courtyard. They can go for the push onto the market, but that's good tripwire there on the other side. And look at this, Chameleon also hopping on around. Now, you think that this, if you don't really know the map, it's completely pointless to do that, but getting lifted gives you a bit of the altitude to see what's going on the other side, and Chameleon, perfect person to do that because of those darts to even help out.
All right, we see a rotation though from Ablation Esports. They're now on H3 and looking to probably secure a site here. It's gonna be the cage coming through, and Zerenir trying to get a couple of shots, gets 2 actually, looking for the 3rd, but he's taken out by Boba. He's the only one left here, and the other 3 are gonna try and take him down. He's actually gonna take out Chameleon here. He's gonna go for the plant. Can he clutch this?
Oh, he's gonna go for a quick little fake though, but 10 HP, similar to a different scenario a while ago. He might be able to clutch it out, but there you go with the Cypher saying, hello, what are you doing there? CCTV gone wrong. Ghost will get 3, and apparently, well, by just having 9 HP too much to clutch it out there, Oblation Esports will have to forfeit that one. MGS Spades proving you give us the guns, we give you the kills.
Huge round for MGS Spades there. That's actually going to finally shut down the momentum that Oblation Esports have had for the past couple of rounds. So this could definitely be their chance to turn things around, you know, especially when you've played competitive esports or watched it long enough. You know that rounds like that, you know, could be really huge. And so Oblation Esports, they can't be complacent here. Definitely have to keep up the effort to make sure that they keep the lead up against MGS Spades.
Absolutely. Neither side can let up. Oblation is already there, coming closer and closer to the finish line. MGS Spades, though, this is pretty much a done performance that they know what to do, they know what needs to be done, and they have the skills in them to try and mount this comeback. But it's still a long feat. 5 rounds to tie it up, 8 rounds to win. Oblation Esports, can they wrap it up in 3? As it is now time to see how this attack is going to go. Another mid control, though, from the side of Oblation. There we go with the trigger onto the Aldrone, I believe. And a Blade Storm going to get popped from the side of a Jet. And it's Pixel looking to run around with it.
All right, let's see what he can do with this Blade Storm. Smoke's coming through to protect A, but it seems like this is going to be a push through mid-market over to B. So most of the members of the MGS Spades are spread out quite a bit. Recon Bolt comes through, gonna spot Zireneer out on spawn there, and the smokes are coming through. It looks like it is gonna be a push onto B.
Yeah, it's time to go for the setup here, and now good pulse there, but oh my god, Kumo Leon actually catching out Fael. There we go with TG shutting down Pixel. Those burst fires really just not working out for him, but it's suddenly 3v3. Zireneer ready with the paranoia, throws it down, tries to stall for time. Neural Theft though to just get through that vision blockade, and suddenly Oblation Esports knows exactly what's going on. MGS Spades, they're running around shuffling what to really plan out. They can use the lanes, they can use the smokes, and they can go for the wallbacks if ever. But here we go with Sushi going for the brawl. Drive will go down. Zireneer though with the refrag right now. 2v2. There we go with the crossfire. There we go with the both has defense, and Machu is still keeping it up. There we go with the lineup from Ghost. This missed to get that intel. Will we see the push from the Omen? No sir, no we don't. But here comes the 1v1, and Bombay will do it again. Is the survivor. Oblation Esports up by 6 after that round.
Oh my god, what an intense round. And I'm sure that the Spades there in that round are feeling a little bit down, because that could have been their chance to keep the winning streak going after shutting down the momentum from Oblation Esports. But again, they're going to have to keep their composure here. It's definitely a crucial point. You know, 2 rounds to go, and Oblation Esports are potentially going to secure themselves that 3rd seed in their group. But again, MGS Spades, if they win this, if they can turn this around, then they will be securing themselves possibly that 1st seed to bring themselves straight to the semis.
Oh my god, it'd be so interesting to actually say how tiebreakers will work there. But of course, if Oblation Esports can't win this whole thing out, it is 3rd seed with an asterisk, because as we know, the LaSalle boys have not been able to play the rest of their games, and it will be a slim chance. We mentioned it a while ago in our 2nd game, and right now we're mentioning it again. These guys are really giving their heart, giving their all. They are dedicating themselves here to the UAC, but besides that, they are still going to be at the fate, at the whim of how the other games can go in the group. Really goes to show that performance needs to be consistent, and you can really see that MGS Spades, they are trying to win this out. Of course, they want that 1st seed, but it's not as pressurizing as what Oblation Esports is having to go through, and good to see both sides really keeping their calm in these scenarios.
All right, let's see now. Oblation Esports slowly moving towards A. They don't see Ghost, who actually takes out Zushi there by a tree, and that's going to leave them 1 man down. It's a 3v5, and things not looking so good for Oblation Esports on this attack. You see MGS Spades slowly wrapping around A side here. Things might not be good for them, but Pixel takes one out. Ghost taking one of his own, though. Now that's going to be the ult activated for him. Oh, actually, not just yet. 2 left here on Oblation Esports.
4v2, and there you go. Chameleon, though, wrap it up. And the Leer is there, but it doesn't matter, because the Sova will get those kills. MGS Spades. Now, the thing about what they're doing right now on the defense is they are trading round for round, which would normally be a good thing. But don't forget, that score is still a 5-round margin. MGS Spades, they need to put in a streak. They need to put in the dominance right here, right now, or else they'll run out of time to work with.
Yes, that's very true. They can't afford to be trading these rounds alternately. They need to keep the performance consistent. They do have 4 ults though on their side. They actually did not pulp, or rather didn't pop that Reyna ult earlier, so they will be having that in case they need to go for that aggressive retake during this round. But Ablation Esports, they're so close. I'm sure they can feel it. They just can't lose, that composure. They have to keep themselves calm, treat this round just like any other round, keep that consistency as they have so far in this match.
Yeah, but inconsistent though on the Arsenal. It's time for them to play those pistols, and it will take those one taps to come in their favor. But from last time we've seen them play the Sheriffs, didn't really go into plan. They just got the timings right. But hey, one quick shot might make the difference here. They're moving over to A site instead. They just secured, I believe, the orb there on B. And who has the ultimate right now? That's what it's all about. The Blade Storm is ready here for the side of MGS. On the Ablation though, the Hunter's Fury might turn things around.
All right, we see them, all 5 members of Ablation Esports now walking up on A main onto this site. We see a push through coming from Cypher to maybe go for the flank. Blade Storm is activated though, and he is going to dash in, finds no one on the side as most of them are waiting on the rafters there. Let's see if they can secure this site and get the plant down. Chameleon through the smoke, actually able to secure one as Dry gets another Hunter's Fury though. Gonna come through. It's a 2v4 in favor of the defending team. There's only one left. Can he get him? Yes, he does. That's Dry with a 3k, and it is going to go over to MGS Spades, keeping themselves alive.
And that is a 3-0 record performance right there. Look how clean that was on A side. Hunter's Fury behind the smoke. Get the dart, get the incel, get the kill. And Chameleon just making sure things happening there for MGS Spades. But really good positioning there from the MU side. Really doing all they can and more. And now they're back to their comfort pick. It's right with the operator. We'll see what he can do. This does mean that Ablation Esports has to be careful with those mid pushes, or else they'll be punished by the sniper there, who's waiting it out on A main.
Yes, indeed. He's waiting on A main. You see 2 members going to be watching through mid, but the smokes do come through for Ablation Esports to block out the cubby and mid there near market. The bomb is waiting here on B. Not sure where they're going to commit just yet. Probably just going to look for some picks. Speaking of picks, Dry gets one with the op there on A main, and that is going to be 1 man down for Ablation Esports.
I mean, we said it, we called it. There you go, there's the takedown. TG also on the board. Beautiful push here onto B main itself. And right now, he is just controlling more of the map here for MGS Spades. Now, this is where MGS Spades can really pick it up. They feel the confidence in them. They know that they need to make that streak happen. And we've seen many a team get stuck at that number 11. But Ablation Esports, even though they're down by 2, they still have a good shot at this. They have that Thunder's Fury. They have that from the shadows. And one entry here from the Reyna might make a difference. But hey, look in the mirror. Look into the garden. You might see these two just looking at each other, but neither side relenting. And apparently, MGS Spades striking fear on Ablation with just 1 up by.
Yeah, 30 seconds to go here, and the bomb is on Sova. See Zushi going to be walking up probably through A main.
30 seconds
Not much
left.
utility left, though. He's got the drone. Oh, Chameleon actually being taken out by File, turning things into a 3v4. So this could actually still work for Ablation Esports. TG using that cam and try and keep himself safe here on the side.
Save space for our Cypher bed. There you go, the safe space actually working out for him. Fael will go down. TG holding the line. But hey, Ablation able to get the circumnavigation over to the default. But Ghost and Zeraner will wrap it up. Now, that was a good call there from Ablation. They went over to B side. They knew the Jet was there on A with the operator. But hey, the hole was still good. What's a good spot for the Cypher? Sneaky peeky, making it through. And the retake looking even better from MGS Spades.
Yeah, the team definitely looking much cleaner now, actually, in execution compared to the previous rounds. We see them, finally showing Ablation Esports that they're not gonna just get away with a win in this match so easily. It's 11-8 on the score, although Ablation Esports do have 1 ult above Spades here. They've got the Hunter's Fury, got the From the Shadows, so they could make that work in their favor to reach that round 12 win, which is really gonna put the pressure on Spades.
Yeah, when you make it to that round 12 here, Nausicaa, it really feels a bit of job security in a way. It's like, guys, we've done our job. We cannot lose in regular time. It's overtime or we win. That's pretty much it. And for Ablation Esports, they're just hungry for that last one as we are in a bit of a pause for the time being. But MGS Spades, They've pretty much understood what the call was. They see their opponent at 11. They've been really mounting a comeback, and they've shown us what the power of what their arsenals are all about. Rifles looking really good, that operator even better, and some good plays with the smokes and the darts have been really the way to go. That Sova, even though Chameleon hasn't really been able to get many kills, the Hunter's Fury pressure plus those assists with the recon bolts have been essential here for MGS Spades to keep things up.
Yeah, we see this is actually a tactical pause coming through. So definitely a good time to call for this as we're approaching round 12 possibly for Ablation Esports. The MGS Spades, they were able to take a couple of rounds just now, but that doesn't mean that they can be complacent because Ablation Esports have definitely made it difficult for this team to keep their winning streak up. So now it's going to be on Ablation Esports if they can consistently, surprise the MGS Spades with their attack, or if the MGS Spades can consistently keep up their defense as we've seen in the previous rounds.
It seems like the Oblation gonna be on a Stinger Rush kind of situation. Basically just buying, half buying maybe. We'll find out what their guns are as soon as the round starts. Pero I've noticed here from Oblation Esports, they might need a Herculean effort from one of their two duelists. We've seen Fail and we've seen Pixel just pop off like crazy, really bring up those aggressions. Now, Matthew is a top frag, which is both a good thing and a bad thing. He's been doing really good on the defense, sure. But now on the attacking side, you don't really expect your Cypher to be the one to enter before you. I'm like, guys, why am I doing the enter here? Come on, I need to dash on in. And the thing about Oblation Esports right now is they understand how to explode on the side, but they're not really getting the kills that they need. They've been shut down multiple times on A side. They've been shut down here on B side as well because they're getting picked apart. And it really has turned into MGS Spades getting a 3-round streak. But conversely, you look at MGS Spades, the longest streak they've had is 3. And they have to really climb a mountain here to get this round. And you can never don't underestimate the Stinger and Nozick. I'm gonna tell you right now that thing. If I like, do you know how to roll your R's because you just go and then you're dead. You're just dead.
I've had very intimate experiences with the Stinger, both against it and with it. You have those friends who, even though you've got 9,000 in the bank, they're just gonna keep buying that Stinger because they're all so reliable apparently. But like you mentioned, at best we've seen MGS Spades with the 3 run through. And at consistently, at least it's being a trade of wins here and there, but they can't afford to do that. Now there's going to be the rush, though. Pixel getting the kill there with the Bucky onto Dry. It's going to be a 4v5, and now the plant is coming through. Chameleon trying to gather some information, but he's locked out of the door there on Market.
Close the gates because Ablation Esports is already here, quarantining themselves onto B site. Even though the Neural Theft is in order, all Ablation Esports wants to do right now is make sure everyone else comes close. Hunter's Fury also for the long range shots, and now everyone has to play Limberock, hopping away from that, skipping on away, and looking to survive. Now for MGS Spade, this is a bit of a problem. Will they force things out? Because that gun advantage might be neutered from the distance Ablation Esports is playing, and Fael with the operator, shutting down Ghost. He's looking for a second shot, 5 HP because of the bar, but he now has to deal with 3. Can he go for the shot? No, sir. Chameleon will get that takedown, and that spike should be defused, but Ablation Esports making it look dicey, but never mind! They ran out of time, and MGS Spades did not be able to defuse that. Ablation will take the round, and here we go again. The spike is UPD's friend.
I was just about to say that the Spades were going to be successful with another retake, but apparently there wasn't enough time, and Ablation Esports were able to buy themselves enough time to keep the dream alive. This is going to be them 1 round away from possibly securing a 3rd seed for themselves in this group. But the MGS Spades, of course, they still want to definitely secure that 1st seed in their group, so they won't let this go easy for Ablation Esports. Now we take a look at where our players are. We see a couple of members here probably going to go through mid. The bomb is on B side.
And that has to shake MGS Spades for a core yet again, but Dry will not get shaken here. And Pixel is the one turned into juice, a puddle there on top, and TG also on the board. So MGS Spades are like, okay, we lost a 2nd time with that much clutch there from the side of Ablation. We gotta win this as dominant as can be. And I wouldn't be surprised to see MGS Spades just really put a clamp down on Ablation this time. I will expect them to see playing the aggression. I will expect them to see really holding as close as possible, preventing Ablation Esports from playing objective, because apparently that's the best strength Ablation Esports has right now.
Man, it's got to feel good for Dry getting that 1 tap with the operator at this point in the game. 12-8 on the score, and File at only 26 HP. Don't know if they're going to go for the save. 40 seconds left, and we're slowly seeing them walk through possibly A tree onto A site here. No information gathered yet from MGS Space. Relation Esports going to be flashing through A tree as they approach A site.
Yeah, Kyle really needs to kill here. He wants to heal himself up, but Dry is just there, looking for the collapse, but Sushi able to dodge in time.
Oh.
And there you go, Kyle getting consumed the soul of Chameleon, but Raza, 1 HP. Here we go with the classic fight, and Ritter cannot handle it to dismiss to get on the way. Ablation Esports, that is gonna be their hearts as one here and now. The 1 HP Dream with the Empress online. The spike is down, and time is taking Sushi with the kill there. And is it gonna be the There you go, Ablation Esports has done it again, putting a stain on. And what a game this was. Ablation. We're not sure you'll make it to the playoffs, but hey, you have won our hearts. What a performance against MGS. Really putting that one down.
Oh man, what a crazy match. For a second there, it looked like the Spades were gonna turn things around. We saw them win that previous round and were able to get a couple of kills. They were able to dominate for quite a bit. But in the end, Ablation Esports just, I don't know, in the first half, we saw Pixel and File just go crazy. And then in the next half, Machu just with that consistency throughout the latter half, just able to help the team, secure that blow. Of course, it was a team effort and just overall Ablation Esports. Apparently, the bigger the threat, the better they perform. They're able to secure that 2-3 standing for themselves.
Let me say so, it's like a cut down best rune right there. Oh my god, I just, this is, come on, Ablation. Come on. Like, where was this Ablation? And this is the funny thing. You look into how the playoffs works. You have your top teams. And then they look at Ablation, but like, thank God we're not in their group 1. And thank God they might not make it to the playoffs because these guys have really stepped it up. In all honesty, their improvement has been ridiculous. Their duelist step up has been amazing. And for one reason or the other, their 1 HP clutches have worked them out. 1 HP twice. One for the Omen to get a 0.02 defuse, and 1 HP there for the Reina to survive and basically wrap it up. Like, come on, you're looking such at the window there. But also that 1 second with the spike. So 3 times, things just falling apart there from MGS Spades. And this actually has to put MGS Spades in a little bit of a notice. Now, they're not sure if they have to deal with Ablation Esports again, and they'll be like, thank God, maybe not. But they have to look into themselves, like, why are we losing like this? Why are we not securing these rounds that could have been won? Why did we not do this in time? And are we being complacent, or are we just a little bit slow, or are we relying on too many different things? There are a lot of questions MGS Spades needs to look into, because these are micro factors that will hurt them. And if you're running for a championship spot, if you're running to play the national level, it has to be your micro mistakes really managed there. You cannot afford to be making these, I'll say, sloppy mistakes, because I'd say MGS Spades is a complete package. But if you're going to be sloppy in what you do, and you have 3 examples of why you do it, then you got to look yourself in the mirror. Like, we're 1 seed, we're 2 seed, but do we really feel like we are at the top right now? And hey, a game like this will allow MGS Spades to look in the mirror, prepare themselves, steel themselves for next week, and make sure that they're in prime factor. But Ablation Esports, what's a way to go? And hey, you guys have been cheering on, rallying on over, and I believe our winner for this one is Mushikins for the side of UPD win. But what a match that was. I'm glad we got to see another Ablation Esports game on stream. If this might be the last hurrah or whatnot, gotta give my heart and my props to them. How about you, Nausicaa?
Yeah, that was definitely such a good match to watch. I mean, Ablation Esports, it was great that we introduced them as the Titan Slayers, only to see them solidify that, in this match. And of course, like you said, that doesn't necessarily get MGS Spades out of the picture. In the end, this is definitely a game for them to look back on and give them some ideas of how they can improve so that they can do much better when the playoffs do come. But of course, this isn't the last match just yet. We actually have one more match for you guys that is going to be between FIT, Itamraos, who are actually also 3-0 in their standings. So that's going to be an interesting match because they will be going up against Gearhawk Esports from TUP, who are at 0-3 in their standings. So is this going to be, another one of those games where we see them take out those with a winning streak, or will Itamraos, really solidify themselves as the top team in their group?
Well, I actually have a bit of update. If I remember correctly, that last match made them 1-3 instead. So it's still
Mm.
a match that will count. All of these games, making sure that the storylines are really writing themselves. You gotta make sure that the scriptwriters have played really, really well for that. But this has just been a great way to end the group stage. Last game coming your way in just a bit. Don't go away, guys. This is the University Alliance Cup.